You walk into Costco with a simple thought: buy a few essentials and leave. But there's a subtle truth few notice. Costco doesn't just sell products, they sell an experience designed to make you spend more. I'll point out pricing codes, aisle layout tricks, and common trap items that most of us fall for. Knowing this, you'll no longer shop emotionally, but strategically. Follow this breakdown to make every trip both economical and more conscious. Subscribe to the channel for the latest video notifications.
Wow!
1. Costco is a pre-designed retail experience. Costco isn't just a giant warehouse, it's a meticulously calculated environment designed to trigger the feeling that you're saving money. From the wide-open aisles to the larger-than-necessary shopping carts, every detail is crafted to subconsciously encourage you to add more items to your basket. Soft lighting, appealingly stacked merchandise in high blocks, and simple ad-free price tags all combine to create a sense of honesty and trustworthiness. But this very simplicity is a clever facade that lowers your guard. You think you're actively choosing, but in reality, you're moving along a prearranged path. Costco understands consumer psychology and knows how to make you believe that every product is a rare opportunity. The important thing isn't to be afraid of their strategy, but to recognize it. Once you see how the narrative is constructed, you'll know how to navigate the store with more awareness, buying what you truly need and avoiding things that only look like a good deal. That's when the shopping experience belongs to you, not to them. 2. Pricing codes on the tag. Amidst a forest of seemingly simple black and white price tags, Costco hides something more important than the number you see. It's a secret language that only observant shoppers notice. A price ending in 97 isn't random. It's a deep discount signal, Costco's way of saying this item needs to go, and you're looking at a rare opportunity. If you see a price ending in 49 or a round number, it's often a markdown decision by the specific warehouse you're in, a special offer that other stores might not even have. And the most subtle detail is the small asterisk in the corner, a silent but powerful warning sign. When it appears, it means the item won't be restocked. There's no announcement, no sign. You either buy it now or you watch it disappear. By understanding these signs, you no longer shop at Costco in a fog. You know when to seize the moment and when to calmly pass by. That's a clear advantage, helping you shop strategically rather than emotionally. Costco might rely on the unawareness of most customers, but you're different. You know how to read their language, and that's enough to make you the most difficult shopper to trick in that warehouse. 3. The bulk buying trap. At Costco, size is always used as a promise. A giant bottle of oil, a snack box 3 times larger than a regular supermarket's, and a carton of milk big enough for a large family. All of it creates the feeling that you're winning big just by buying more. But the truth isn't that simple. Not every larger item automatically means savings. When you look at the total price, you're easily convinced that this is a smart choice. It's only when you check the unit price that you realize some smaller products out there are actually significantly cheaper. And even if the price is genuinely low, the next problem lies in your ability to use it all. A large box of salad isn't a bargain if half of it ends up being thrown away. A jumbo carton of milk won't save you anything if you can't finish it before the expiration date. Waste is a silent form of loss that many people don't factor into their final bill. The reason for buying in bulk sometimes becomes a subtle trap. It makes you believe you're saving, when in reality, you're paying for an amount of goods you'll never use. Just pause for a moment to calculate the unit price and ask yourself if you'll truly use it all, and you'll immediately escape this common trap. Real savings aren't in the size of the item, but in the buyer's awareness. 4. The famous trap. Costco's rotisserie chicken is always seen as an iconic, hard-to-pass-up bargain. A large, fragrant chicken, priced so low it seems unbelievable. But what makes this chicken famous isn't just its taste or its fixed price for many years, but its special role in the retail strategy. Costco is willing to sell each chicken at a loss just to maintain that familiar price point. They accept losing tens of millions of dollars each year because they understand you never just buy a chicken and walk straight out the door. To get that hot chicken, you have to go deep into the warehouse, past aisles of products arranged to pique curiosity and awaken needs you didn't even know you had. From cashews and pastries to home goods and clothing, everything is in its place to tap into a shopper's weak spots. The aroma from the hot food section is both an invitation and a reassurance that this trip is worth it. But by the time you reach the checkout, your cart is usually fuller than expected. Its cheap price isn't a lie, but if you're not careful, you'll pay extra for a host of accompanying items you never intended to buy. The best way to take advantage of this bargain is to walk into Costco with a clear plan, keeping your journey from the entrance to the chicken counter as short and focused as possible. When you understand the strategy behind that famous rotisserie chicken, you'll find yourself in control of your shopping cart, no longer led by pleasant aromas and the cleverness of an overly successful strategy. 5. When bulk makes sense and the issue of waste. Not every oversized item is a miscalculation. Some things are genuinely worth buying in bulk, and you'll feel the clear benefits over time. Toilet paper, laundry detergent, coffee beans, and frozen foods are always in the safe category. They are durable and don't spoil quickly, and the unit price is often significantly lower than at traditional supermarkets. For these items, bulk truly means savings. But the story starts to change when it comes to perishable items. A large box of salad might look economical, but few people finish it before the last portion wilts. Milk, bread, fruits, vegetables, or even large jars of spices all carry the same risk. They make you feel like you got a good deal, then quietly turn into waste in your refrigerator. The discarded portion is money that few people factor into their total spending. The way to tell is quite simple. If you can't eat it all, freeze it, or share it before it spoils, then no matter how cheap the price, it's not a bargain. For large families, big packages might be used up quickly. But for smaller households or single older adults, choosing smaller sizes can sometimes be a smarter and more economical choice. True savings aren't in the size of the package, but in your ability to fully utilize its value. A right decision helps you save money, while a wrong one only makes you throw more into the trash without realizing what you've lost. Pause for 3 seconds and hit the subscribe button to follow the latest videos. 6. Kirkland's Signature. To talk about Costco and ignore Kirkland's Signature is to only understand half the story. This isn't just a generic private label, it's a strategically invested brand designed to compete directly with major names. Many Kirkland products are made in the very factories of famous brands, differing only in packaging and advertising costs. Because they don't spend millions of dollars on marketing, prices are significantly reduced while quality remains competitive. Batteries are made by Duracell's factories. Vodka comes from the same region and process as much more expensive brands. Baby diapers share production lines with names familiar in every household. These facts make Kirkland a smart choice, especially for those who want to optimize their budget without sacrificing quality. However, not every Kirkland item is perfect. There are paper towel products that perform worse than expected, detergents that aren't as powerful as major competitors, and sometimes, the texture or flavor of a few items makes users hesitate. This doesn't diminish Kirkland, but merely reminds you that evaluating each item is still necessary. When chosen correctly, Kirkland can be an extremely effective money-saving weapon. It helps you get high quality at a soft price, and that's the advantage Costco wants to offer customers who truly understand value over brand image. 7. The free sample tactic. Those small sample trays placed in the aisles are always seen as a fun part of any Costco trip. A sip of hot soup or a small piece of cake is sometimes enough to make you feel cared for. But behind that friendliness is a very powerful psychological principle that many people overlook. When someone gives you something for free, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, your brain immediately forms a sense of wanting to reciprocate. At Costco, that reciprocity often appears in the form of an item accidentally falling into your cart. Not because you genuinely need it, but because you just received something that lowered your defenses. That's why sales of sampled items can skyrocket just from a few small bites. Samples also play a role in regulating foot traffic, making you slow down, stand longer, look more, and easily get drawn into nearby products. In that comfortable atmosphere, buying something extra sometimes happens so naturally that you don't even realize it. Recognizing this doesn't mean you have to refuse every pleasant offering in the store. It just helps you maintain the necessary distance between your preference and your purchasing decision. When holding a sample, simply ask yourself one thing. Is this something you truly want to buy, or just a polite reaction to a small gift? That awareness is enough to keep your bill aligned with your own needs. 8. Return policy. Costco's return policy has long been a bedrock that makes customers feel more secure than almost anywhere else. No receipt needed, no complicated reasons, and sometimes not even needing to keep the product intact, you can still get your money back easily. What many stores see as a risk, Costco views as an investment in trust. They understand that a customer who feels respected will return more often than any advertising campaign could achieve. And the generosity of the return policy makes each of your choices less stressful. You can try a new item without worrying about waste. You can buy in bulk without fear of making a mistake. This sense of security is what keeps many people loyal to Costco for years. Of course, there are reasonable exceptions like electronics or specific specialized items. But overall, this policy is one of the cleverest ways to build long-term relationships. Customers aren't just buying products, they're buying a sense of protection. The most important thing is the buyer's proactivity. When you know you have the right to return any unsuitable product, you will also tend to choose more correctly, consider more carefully, and avoid wasteful spending. Costco wants to create an environment where trust guides consumption and satisfaction is the reason customers return, rather than being forced to accept risk. 9. Food court. Amidst a store always operating on sophisticated tactics, the $1.50 hot dog combo is the simplest yet most brilliant thing Costco has ever created. It's not a race for profit, but a steadfast commitment to customers spanning decades. At a time when everything else is increasing in price, an item that remains the same old price offers a sense of security and familiarity that no advertising campaign can buy. That hot dog serves as a soft ending to the entire shopping journey. You might have just spent a few $100s in the warehouse, but simply stepping out with an incredibly cheap meal immediately registers the entire experience in a positive light. That satisfaction lingers for a long time and is precisely why many people feel returning to Costco is always worthwhile. To maintain this price, Costco even built its own production factories. They cut out intermediaries, reducing every possible cost just to ensure that this icon isn't swayed by market fluctuations. It's no longer just a meal. It becomes a statement about the value Costco wants to give. And when you sit down at a simple table in the food court, holding that familiar hot dog combo, what you feel isn't just a cheap meal. It's a reminder that in a calculated retail world, some things exist to make customers feel prioritized. That very feeling is what makes people leave and then come back again. 10. Gas station. Costco's gas station is one of the most compelling reasons many people renew their membership year after year. Each time you fill up your tank, you save more than you think. The price difference might only be a few tens of cents per gallon, but accumulated over months, it becomes a significant amount, enough to fully cover the membership fee without much effort. Not many places offer cheap fuel while ensuring high-quality standards, but Costco does so consistently. However, every benefit comes with a trade-off. Long lines on weekends can be daunting. Waiting times can sometimes be longer than the time spent inside the supermarket. This makes many people hesitate, especially on busy days. But if you choose the right time, like early morning or late evening, the experience is completely different. The long pump hoses and smart design make it easy for any car to access the station, somewhat reducing the inconvenience everyone has experienced elsewhere. Costco's gas station isn't just a place to save money, it's also a way they keep customers coming back regularly. Each fill-up is a gentle reminder that real value still exists here. You might be annoyed by a few minutes of waiting, but when calculated carefully, that patience yields more benefits than you imagine. That small detail is enough to turn an everyday chore into part of the smart shopping strategy Costco wants you to recognize and leverage. 11. Shop card. Costco's shop card might sound like just a gift card, but it actually carries a much greater significance. For those not ready to pay the membership fee, it's almost a secret door to access the entire shopping world inside without being stopped at the entrance. All you need is a friend or family member with a card to buy one for you, and you immediately have full access to all services, from shopping in the warehouse to filling up on gas or using the food court. There's no renewal pressure, no long-term commitment, yet you enjoy all the benefits that members use daily. The interesting thing is that Costco knows this very well and still accepts it. They understand that one sufficiently pleasant experience can turn a shop card user into a real member in the future. It's how they sow a gentle signal instead of forcing it. And that strategy is so effective that many people, after a few uses of the shop card, voluntarily open a membership because they understand the value of the accompanying benefits. The card also has a major strength. It never expires. You can buy it in advance, keep it, use it gradually, or give it to someone else as a practical gift. It works in countries where Costco operates, offering flexibility that few other retail systems possess. From a consumer perspective, the shop card is a clever and advantageous pathway. From Costco's perspective, it's a gentle but very persuasive invitation for you to explore more. Once inside, many people realize they are not just buying products, but entering a value model they want to stick with long-term. Costco can offer real value, but it also hides many traps that make you spend more than intended. By understanding pricing codes, knowing when to buy in bulk, recognizing shopping stimulation tactics, and sticking to your plan, you turn every trip into a smart decision. No need to avoid Costco, just walk in with awareness. When you understand the game, you're always in control, and your final bill will reflect that. Did this video help you? Subscribe to help us reach 1,000 subscribers.